TikTok, trademark and copyright infringement violations, and other things kind of related to that. Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing all right. My name's Matt, and this is Dwyer.Creatives. Today, we're going to go over kind of TikTok, copyright, trademark violations, and things related to that. Now, for the past few months, I've been really diving into it. I had my channel that I've been testing out and really trying to figure out the whole algorithm and what you're supposed to be doing over there if you're trying to make a few bucks. It is a holiday weekend, so Black Friday just happened, Cyber Monday's coming up, and of course we're going into the holiday season with Christmas and everything. If you're like me, you're trying to make a few extra bucks, maybe you got some bills, maybe you want to get some gifts for your kids, or maybe you just need the extra change for rent. I just want to share a few thoughts on it, and also a few things that I've run into. Now, first, right off of the bat, I want to talk about copy and trademark violations. Protect yourself, do whatever you can not to get this, because these can destroy your account. It may even be something that you don't know you're doing. When you're filming videos for content that you want, so these would be the products that you're helping promote up on there, whether you're their sample request or you already have it. When you put that little product link, you're like, oh, click down here. This is what you're going to want to look for. First of all, logos. Anything that has a logo, take it out, remove it, do what you can to hide it, blur it, make sure that you don't show other logos. For in the videos, technically you're not supposed to compare to other companies, mention them, say them, but for some bigger names, it's like honestly hit and miss. I'll give a few examples. There are a few products that I've made videos in the past that have become a problem. My first example is going to be this little cup here, tumbler, whatever you want to call it. And honestly, it's a product that I like. Frostbuddy makes it. Has a typical lid where you have the drink lid on one side, also has a small straw hole, and then you can go ahead and pop that up for a bigger straw hole. But what the major selling point for this specific cup is you have this little insert, right? It simply goes over the top. You can go ahead and drop your cold and hot drinks in here. That way, like if you go to say Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or any local chains that you have, just go ahead and drop it in there. Cold, it's like 24 hours, hot, it's like 8 hours. And honestly, I think this is a pretty good product. It's a little pricey for what it is, but for me, it's something that I drink enough, especially when we're out traveling or we're out trying to make content. I have to have my coffee, and that's something you probably noticed, right? You know, solid product, really like it. I went ahead and purchased this myself and made a few videos for it. And every single video I made for this got hit by a trademark and copyright infringement. I didn't know why. Honestly, I woke up with one video in the morning. By the time I got out of work, I had at least 3 videos hit. The next day, all of them were marked as copyright and trademark infringement. And honestly, I didn't know what I did because I know that you shouldn't have any brands in there. In your description, you shouldn't list any other brand. And I did my best to make sure that I wasn't wearing anything branded, or if I was hiding it with a blur or something like that. And at that point, I've made appeals. I've reached out to TikTok customer support through tickets. They're all just like completely useless in all honesty, right? So I went over to their chat feature, tried to give it one last try because I've used it before and it was a complete mess and people didn't know what they're talking about, and asked them, hey, what's going on? And before I could even do that, I had another video which was a 3-in-1 charging stand, so you could charge like your watch, your phone, and your earbuds all at the same time. And that was it too. So why were these hit? After spending like a half hour talking to an actual really helpful agent, they kind of figured it out and were actually able to go into those videos and see specifically what they were hit for. So this is specifically what I wanted to share with you. I'm gonna drop a screenshot right here, pause this, screenshot it, and save this information. So that is what they told me to send to the seller. And the reason that I need to send that to the seller is because for like my videos with this cup, in their stock imagery that they used for that cup, they had a Dunkin' Donuts logo and a Starbucks logo, which they weren't licensed for, or as far as I know, they weren't licensed for. And because they were hit as a seller, you as a creator promoting that product were hit too. But the only good part about that though is I didn't receive any violation points because it wasn't my fault, right? But still. And same thing for the charging stand. In their description, they mention, I think specifically Apple, and that's what the vendor got hit for. So in turn, when I go promote the product, I got hit for it too. Now saying that though, that little charging stand, I've made probably half a dozen videos at least, and only half of them got hit. So I'm not really sure how their algorithm flags videos. Now going back to the information I put up there, they said go ahead and take that and send it to the vendor and ask them, hey, do you have the license to use this? And this is the information that I need to be able to put into my appeal. So I reached out to the company and just said I was having issues and this was why, and TikTok support said to do this, send this, do you have this information? I never heard back. Now, TikTok chat support told me that if I don't get a response or if they don't have an adequate answer with all the information, screenshot that and use that for your appeal. Now, I did do that and sent it in for my appeal, and I still lost. I think they said there wasn't enough information, or their same old stuff, which is aggravating, but I didn't get a violation point for it, so I just lose a video. And for me, like, I'm not gonna make content on TikTok for this, knowing that I'm just gonna get hit for violations because all my videos get hit. Now, the other video that I got hit for, the 3-in-1 stand, I did reach out to the company. They said that there wasn't any issues, and I went ahead and made a few more videos for that product. I haven't had any issues since, so maybe they cleared that up. An example that I'll use is recently I'm working on a collaboration with a company that makes a product for the Keurig, right? And I asked them, hey, do you have the copyrights for this, or do you have any issues? And they communicated with me, no, there shouldn't be any issues. So I have that in conversation just in case that problem does arise again. Just going forward, these are the things I would look for. If they use a major brand, I'm gonna ask them, hey, do you have the copyright for that? For their store, I look for stores that have a higher rating, preferably over a 4.5, but definitely over a 4. I look for stores that have a lot of sales. And then also, when it comes to certain products, I only work with companies that are name brand that I know. An example would be I've been working a lot with Olight, who makes flashlights. Actually, these things are here, like this Arc Field Ultra. For me, I know that they have the licensing for this because they're the company that makes this. This is coming directly from them. Same thing for some of these other companies. I just wanted to share that information with you because I know that for me, it was really frustrating, and honestly, I couldn't find really anything on this. The information that specific TikTok agent gave me, I can't find anywhere else, and no one's given me that before. Do what you will with it. Hopefully you can use that to avoid this in the future, and if you run into that problem, you can use this information to get your appeal settled and in a positive result. So there you go, take what you want from this. Hopefully you aren't dealing with those copyright and trademark violations this season. I know TikTok has told me that they're trying to vet their vendors a little bit better, but still, I mean, at this point, you're at their mercy. And I don't know with everything coming up next year, what's gonna happen to TikTok, so make your money while you can. Yeah, that's kind of gonna be it. So let me know if you have any thoughts or comments, leave them down below, and I'm gonna wrap this up here. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully you have a safe holiday season. If you are still traveling this weekend, safe travels, and I'll see you next time.